Tonight's episode is going to be crazy. Keep up with me. I'm sharing everything I've learned over the past 5 years as a playlist curator. At the end of it all, we're going to have one of my favorite playlists of the year that you can have for your Serato, your virtual DJ, Spotify title. You can grab it and go. But we're going to learn a lot. I'm going to condense everything that I've picked up over the past half decade into a 45-minute episode here on YouTube. Essentially, what I've done for the Crate Hackers is build really amazing playlists. And as we get closer to the release of Crate Hackers 4.0, I figure it's okay to start shedding some of these secrets that I held near and dear that I thought the competitors might want to pick up on. But listen, we're so far advanced at this point. Here's everything I know, because we're starting fresh and new with a new chapter here on the Crate Hackers channel. Yeah, everything. Tabs, bookmarks, third-party plugins, Spotify to Apple, Tidal to BeatSource. How does it export? How do you make better chart decisions? It's all happening tonight on the episode. So before we get into this, a couple of notes about the production. We're going to launch straight into our interactive Zoom session next. What happens here is a hackathon style format where DJs come together in a live setting every Tuesday night and we try to solve a problem. In tonight's episode, I'm building an afternoon EDM dance party set. Not a peak hour, not after hours, afternoon. So I'm here in Nashville, Tennessee, by the way. My name's Aaron. I haven't introduced myself yet, but I'm a DJ, and I have been invited to perform at a club called Ava. This is a rooftop lounge in Nashville, Tennessee, very close to Country Music Television and the Johnny Cash Museum. And the vibe is sick. This place is incredible. It's unlike any other honky-tonk, that's what we call country bars here in town. But we're getting some major views right next to the Tennessee Titans NFL Stadium. We have some major acts coming through town. You know, we've got just a vibe, an incredible vibe. And what I want to go for is more of that afternoon warm-up vibe, just to get people, drinking, conversating, but not throwing their hands up, not filling that dance floor. So the goal tonight is for me to build a crate from scratch. So we're going to jump into the Zoom session, and we're picking up at the point where I'm just beginning my research. These would be the websites that I visit first. If I'm starting fresh, if I have 0 songs in a crate, where would I even begin? Well, again, get ready. A ton of information is going to be tossed your way. And all the information, you don't have to worry about taking any notes. I put it in the descriptions. But don't fast forward. Literally just kick back and listen, because it's everything that I've learned over the past 5 years as a crate hacker. And I'm excited to bring it to you. Do me a favor before we launch in. Please hit subscribe. It would mean so much. Honestly, we're putting a full-time effort into this channel. One click is my ask of your effort. Subscribe. We have a lot of lurkers on this channel for some reason. You don't want to admit that you're a crate hacker? No one knows. I don't even know, actually. Hit subscribe. It doesn't matter. We're doing a service for the community, and you're about to see why. Let's start hacking. Let's jump in right now to our live hackathon in progress. Okay. So I hope I painted a good enough picture for you of what I'm trying to achieve. Under this folder, we have my biggest secrets. We'll zoom in on that. You can see my biggest secrets. I've put them into big chunks for you. And I figure after each module, Jem can roll in with some questions, and then we'll move into the next. So it's going to start with charts. It's definitely going to start with charts. And then we're going to talk about some example set lists. And then we're going to go into some third-party. Look at all those damn third-party tools. You ain't ready. You are not ready. You need these links in your life. It's going to blow your mind. We're going to start right now with charts. Okay. Now, I'm very well aware that EDM is its own beast. EDM is a very challenging animal to pin down. It's so hard to quantify popularity of electronic dance music. Why is that? Because for one, it's always boundary breaking. It's always trying to expand and, more importantly, stay underground. So it's hard for charts to keep up with the underground. Why? Because the more we try to find underground hits, the deeper underground it goes. They're like those little moles that just keep burying themselves deeper. And next thing you know, you got Fisher and Chris Lake just with these big wide eyes because they haven't seen the sun. And you get my point. It's underground for a reason. But my job is to extract the sounds of EDM with a mixture of familiar vocals. Follow me on that. Underground sounds with familiar vocals. So you take Chris Lake, a producer who's hot right now. You take Fisher, producers, I don't even know. They make these productions that have these really thick tempos and dancey rhythms, but then you take Dua Lipa. So that's my goal. I want to try and paint that picture. I want underground meets mainstream in today's crate. So what you're looking at right now is my first link, the first place I would go. I'm never going to show my password ever, but I will give to you at some point some peeks on the inside of this someday. But I really can't. I'm going to cock block you in this particular tab because you're not allowed to see it as the 99%. Only the 1% get a chance to see what's behind allaccess.com. The only reason why I'm sharing this link is because I think maybe if you try hard enough, you might be able to get inside this garden wall of treasure trove information. This is where Sirius Satellite, this is where program directors, this is where radio DJs go to find the hits in hip hop, top 40, and secular dance. So it's there. I'm going to find. I'd love to click on this and show you, but I don't want to lose my license. Okay. My point is, if you can take allaccess.com and try to apply, if you have some affiliation with radio or some affiliation with music promotion, there's a chance you can get in to All Access. And once you're in, you're on the pulse of what is hot. Every single chart that is in terms of spins. How many times is Dua Lipa's Training Day being spun in Nashville? I know the answer if I click through this. You're not going to see it. Sorry. That's the only block I'm going to give you. Everything else is yours. Second on the list, second tab, second link to share. Check the links either in the YouTube replay, in the description, or in the Zoom chat right now. We're going to take XM Playlist. XM Playlist is your next tab. This is where I'm going to start to dive a little bit deeper into genres. XM Playlist, I talk about this a lot. I brag about this site. I pray it never goes down. If this site went down, I would lose so much information. Why is this important? Why is XM Playlist popular? Because it's a real-time rundown of what's hot right now on Sirius XM. Pitbull's globalization. Let's take a look at this. If you can get past the ads, it is very ad heavy. I apologize. You can get into the nitty gritty of what is currently playing right now on Pitbull's satellite radio. XM Playlist is currently playing. 26 minutes ago, it played Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. It played Surround Sound by ID and 21 Savage. Tempo, Happy Birthday. The new Shakira. Houdini. Okay. So this is pretty dope. It gets even doper. Check this. Zoom in. Click that. Spotify playlist. Bam. The entire Pitbull globalization, real-time charts, real-time ticker in the form of a Spotify playlist that's constantly updated. When's the last time the date was added? I'll tell you, they refresh it every 30 days. If you scroll all the way down, 1 week ago. So this is my favorite. I love this one so much. And now this is where I'm going to start to get a little bit more of a taste of the EDM sounds. How many of you follow Diplo? Anybody know the producer Diplo? How many of you have Sirius XM radio? Did you know that Diplo has a Sirius XM channel? Yeah, go over here to Diplo's Revolution. One of my favorite channels. One of the only reasons why I have a Sirius XM satellite subscription. And Diplo is tapped in. He's about as close to the pulse of today's music as you can find. For now, here's what's hot over there. Some Gorgon City, some Above and Beyond. Ooh, I forgot about that one. The Blue Bunday remix. I'm going to pull that one down. I didn't even think about that one. So good. I'm playing this one quite a bit. The Velt Cinema remix. Benny Benassi and Deadmau5. So good. Now that's a great example of what I'm going for. I would pull this one down if I hadn't done so already, because that's the underground meaning bringing on the mainstream. So just a blend of the mashup there. We'll listen to it a little bit later on. I'll start playing some audio towards the back end. But the point is, you've got that along with a Spotify playlist yet again. And you as hackers know what to do with a Spotify playlist, right? Track Matcher. It's built into the spot. It's built into Crate hackers. That is the kind of the game changer right there. So yeah, you get the point. XM playlist is hot. We're still on the charts. We'll move on a little bit faster. Here's KWARB, KWORB.net. KWARB. This is the breakdown of the Spotify streams. It's about as close as you can get to that all access that I was showing you earlier that you couldn't get into. This is more of the breakdown of songs that are moving up or moving down in certain areas. And you can break them down into countries, worldwide, trending, super dope. Here's Carnival from Kanye. It peaked at number 1. It's number 5 right now. This is me. This is what I do daily. This is, you know, those Edward Jones financial experts, the ones who look at the stocks all day. That's me, but replace the S&P 500 with the Spotify weekly charts. This is me. Every damn day I'm scrolling, I'm seeing what's going up, what's coming down. And this is one of the biggest engines that power my mindset. And of course, you benefit from that with the Crate Hackers software. It's all coming, everything's coming back full circle. You'll start to see where my mind's going at this point a little bit later on. kwarb.net. Bookmark that. Next, you want Shazam.com. Shazam.com. You want the dance charts. Sure, there you go. And you can narrow in. You can start to narrow in just a little bit deeper. You can go United States. You can actually narrow in on your cities. So let's see what's up in Nashville. Current popular dance songs in Nashville. These are the ones that people are Shazamming when they're hearing it. Stereo Love. Remember that song? That'd be a good track to bring back. Kenya Grace, Strangers. Yeah, this is probably a good up-tempo remix of that. So you're starting to see where my head is going in terms of narrowing in on the hits that I'm looking for. I'm trying to find that underground sound with mainstream, and we're getting closer and closer, right? Here we go. Let's go deep underground now. Beat Stats, beatstats.com. Beatstats.com. Looks familiar, right? That's because it's Beatport, but this is the free version of their charts. Whatever you would normally see behind their paywall is here, and it's a little bit more granular. You can filter by key. You can filter by date. You can filter by genres. Let's find out what's happening in, oh man, breakbeat. Let's see what's up in breakbeat territory. Fred again. See, this is where you start to lose me. And this is the point where I start to move into mom's basement and just become a social outcast because I would just, the rabbit hole. Oh man, Beatport, you gnarly bitch. Let's go, beatstats.com, beatstats.com. I hit that one up for, so again, we're trying to find that sound that is bubbling under, and then we're gonna go find those hits like we saw earlier. So take maybe, I guess if Diplo's Revolution and Bitbull's Globalization had a baby, that might be a good set, but a little less hardcore. Again, we're talking about an afternoon set. We're not going to go too hard in the paint. We're not going to let them be too dreamy. We need somewhere where people are just tapping, drinking, but not falling asleep, right? Okay. Charts.youtube.com. Charts.youtube.com. I don't really need to explain it. You know what it is. It's just the daily top songs. The difference is this is what's trending on shorts. YouTube shorts. They're trying to be like TikTok and explain what's hot. They're trying to be the, hey, look at us. We're still cool. Here's what's on our charts for shorts. But here's one of the things I'm learning about YouTube shorts. For some reason, they have less of a catalog than TikTok has. I don't know. For some reason, I try to upload certain songs into my shorts on YouTube and I get flagged all the time. So I don't think this is going to be as good of a representation as TikTok charts, but it's there just as another something in your tool bag. But mind you, it's just a different side of what people are looking for in trending music. Let's go ahead and share my next set of tabs. It gets bigger, it gets better. And by the way, did I mention I have a crate already built?
What?
Yes, sir.
Where can we find that crate? It's at crateoftheweek.com.
Createoftheweek.com if you want to get a head start on it. But we got so many more amazing links. We're going to move into our next module, our set lists. Now, I'm going to keep this kind of brief, but much like Crate Hackers, we are not the OGs of playlist in a mixed order. Did you know that? While we're more popularized for this in the club and wedding side, whereas the EDM heads have been ahead of this for so long. 1001 track lists. I was just on this earlier trying to find Audion's latest set list. I'm a big fan of Audion. But if you go to, for example, his latest set, you can see a breakdown of how he performed and how he mixed it. Super dope. And you can click it on Save to Spotify. You're going to start to see a lot more Spotify tools as I go throughout tonight. And again, one of the reasons why I want to bring this up and interrupt Audion's awesome set here is because Spotify is without a doubt one of the most ingrained APIs and flexible APIs out there. It is the engine that powers so much music discovery that we're going to have to start harnessing this as DJs more and more. Even though we're not using Spotify, and we shouldn't be using Spotify, let alone downloading straight from Spotify, bad DJ if you're doing that, you should be using the tools to extract those hits. That's what made Crate Hackers so damn popular, was because we allow you to track match. I'm not going to try and sell you, but the point is, you're going to see more Spotify tools that help unearth the sounds that you need. Yeah, 1001 track list, great spot. Another one, similar in nature, is mixesdb.com. I want to say this is the OG. These guys have been around for a long time. Look at, you see what I'm saying? How we house more like Joe Bunn, Justin the DJ, like those kind of crates. That's what makes us stand apart, is because this is more EDM heavy. This is more festival, Creamfields, Tomorrowland, Shinjuku, Japan. I don't even know if I said that. But my point is, it's still pretty badass. Here's Medusa, an artist you'll probably see me utilize in tonight's mix.
That's weird. I didn't see Grimes' Coachella set on there.
Yeah, where's could you imagine her track list? 174
It's the
BPM,
same song 3 times. Yeah.
86 BPM, 174. I can't do the math. Point is, you got all this here, and very similar to XM playlist, you can copy that track list and paste it into the Crate Hackers desktop app and start searching there. So you know how we were showing the Spotify tools, but there's more ways to skin the cat if you want to. Go in and I'll show you. Hold on. You want to go down here to text import, name your crate, grime part, and then paste that data right there, and then generate the crate. Clean it up a little bit, but we're searching for the artist and title, much like we would search the Spotify playlist. Similar in nature. The point I wanted to bring up is you can start to use these set lists as some inspiration and see how they mix those songs together, just as you would with a Joe Bunn crate, right? Pretty dope. You can do the same with any of these set list modules I'm sharing with you tonight. MixesDB is pretty dope. Getting down to the nitty gritty, I'm just going to breeze through a few of these third-party tools. I'm going to really blow your mind now. I'm getting to that point where I'm going to start to... Go ahead.
Yeah, before we go into that, I just wanted, Jonathan said a DJ shared an app called Radio Garden, and he said it's a good app for listening to radio stations around the world.
Hang on, Radio Garden, the interactive map of live stations across the globe. Please try again on a WebGL supported browser. Probably do that on
Chrome, not WebGL supported? That seems weird.
Safari, maybe? I don't know. Oh, if anybody has any luck with that, let me know what that looks like, and maybe they can share their screen.
Yeah, there was someone who just said the zooming or the graphic simulation, zooming in where I live and giving me local channels. That's really cool.
Yeah, okay, I'm seeing it now.
Yeah.
I think I've seen something like Google Maps, but for radio stations.
Yeah.
That's like wicked cool. Okay. All right. Good find. See, that's what I need more on the back end. If you can all help me share links. I'm obviously being really beneficial tonight. Could you also share with me? That'd be great. Hey, by the way, fun fact, did you know that we are owners of magicplaylist.com?
It's not .com, is it? It's .co?
Sorry, you're right.
Okay. I was going to say, I was like, I've been going to the wrong site this whole time.
I don't even know how to direct people to it, but I own it. Magicplaylist.co. Magicplaylist.co. Fun fact, it was featured in Product Hunt, Lifehacker, CNET, Gizmodo. The reason why I love it so much is because it just simplifies the process of just getting a long form playlist with one seed song, a seed song. Jem, give me the first in the chat. What do you see in the chat? Give
Yeah,
me an
we need a
artist and a
seed
title.
song. Seed song chat. Give me artist and title. Everyone's typing furiously.
Any song, any artist, any title.
Don't make me come up with it, chat. I need you guys to do this one.
Fisher, take it off.
Fisher, take it off.
I think it might be title. There it is. I saw it. Damn it. Take it off. There we go. Fisher. All right. So as I click this, what's about to happen is it's going to find songs in a similar fashion and a similar vibe. And for starters, it gives you a pretty good starting point. So watch. Boom. So we've taken Fisher's Take It Off. Party by Pausa. Yes, without a doubt. Gorgon City. Perfect, right? Oh, yeah. So now this is a song I love. The 8-track remix of Heads Will Roll. I want to move that one up here.
It's a great one.
Good, but check this. Just like a Spotify playlist, it's all well and good, but you can tweak it. I love this. If you're not looking at the screen right now, look at the screen. Look at this. This is your own personal Crate Hackers engine. This is the engine that will power Crate Hackers 4.0, and you don't even know it. The developers are pretty quiet today on Zoom because they're listening. They don't want to give away too many secrets, but I can honestly tell you that what you're seeing right now is the engine that is powering 4.0. Okay, so you can give it a go right now at magicplaylist.co. I want it to be a little bit more moody. I want this to be more studio versus live. In other words, I want more production in studio, not at a concert. Maybe some, I don't know. I'm feeling a lot more vibe in the instrumental department. I'll go there. Definitely want it danceable. See, now this is good for the afternoon set, right? You think about this. You don't want to go too hard in the paint during the afternoon. So you just that feel like to you. Unheard versus popular. Let's see what this does. I'm going to go a little bit less popular. All right, let's click update. Oh, hell yeah. Look at that. That's dope. So again, this goes straight to Spotify. Save on Spotify. And then, of course, you can take that and turn it into a crate with Crate Hackers. So pretty dope, right? Magicplaylist.co. 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 One of the gripes that we have with Crate Hackers, one of the ones that keeps surfacing is, yo, we'd love to have a mobile app someday. I agree. This is going to have to do in the meantime. I'm personally using this site just as a one-off fact-finding information. Let's type in Fisher again. Let's go take it off. Musicstacks.com. Musicstacks.com. You can bookmark this on your Safari or your iPhone, your Google, your Chrome, your Pixel. But you go to, damn it, if it wasn't for all these little ads. Holy moly, they want me to, this is nuts.
Oh, they got to get their revenue somehow, man.
Yeah, look at that. Okay. Wow, that's a lot. Okay. I just want to click on this. Help me click. Oh, wow, this is horrible. Okay, we're in. Let me see if I can make this a little smaller. Perfect. Take It Off by Fisher has a tempo of 127. See, oh, wow. This is not good. You're starting to see it at the point where I'm going to just have to take it off the screen.
Yeah, that's
better later. It gives you all of the granular details about a song, the danceability, the energy, the mood, the happiness, the valence, the instrumental, the studio. So musicstacks.com is definitely a site to bookmark on your mobile phone. So it's fun for a parlor trick, honestly. Parlor trick in the sense that you could be sitting there at a bar with your friends. Hey, name any song. Did you know that it's the key of this with an energy score of that? Yeah. I haven't had a chance to play with this one. ChatGPT recommended this one to me today, but it's popular. Moodfuse.com. Moodfuse.com. I'm assuming you can take the indie pop. Let's go electronic and much. You get it. Just a super stripped down version. Oh, wait. The access token expired. We're off to a great start today. We have flickering sites with too many ads, access tokens, and anyway. What else we got here? Sort Your Music is a good one. Sort Your Music, the playlist miner, and Organize Your Music are run by this really amazing, eccentric guy. I want to get his name. Plamir. Plamir's his name. He used to be one of the developers for Spotify. They let him go recently in a round of layoffs. But for now, this thing is sitting on the Spotify server untouched. There's a Reddit community that is praying that they can resurrect this at some point, but It's just the little engine that could for now until somebody accidentally pulls the plug. So these are all just hanging on by a wire just because there's nobody there to update it on their end. But here's how it works. You would log in on your Spotify, and then you could take, for example, top prom hits, for example. This is looking at a Spotify playlist that you own, right? And then you can really start to spreadsheet some stuff here. Now we're getting into that nerd level stuff. This is, again, why you need to put me in a straitjacket, because if this was the S&P 500, I would be fucking rich. I really would. I should be translating this to the stock markets, but no, I do this because I feel that there's something about getting into the molecular level of music that is just untapped. I don't feel, let me just take myself off screen here. Let me just get, y'all ready for my soapbox? Why do I do this? Because this is powerful, what we do. This is powerful. We stand behind a booth every weekend, 2-3 times a weekend. We amplify sound to create an energy that is untapped. Nothing else on this planet does it the way we do. No other form of entertainment is as powerful and precise as what we do. What we do requires one, whereas in other forms of entertainment, it requires 4 or 5. You got guitars, you got saxophone, you got drums, you got a team. You got you. And what I'm trying to extract is that ability to amplify your presence even more. If we can take that danceability score and bump it up, if we can change that mood just by looking at the scores and say, shouldn't have played that song, a little bit of a downer. If you just would have looked at that valence score, which is your mood, you might have been able to keep things up and active. So I'm not going to go into a danceability score of 80 during the afternoon, and I'm not going to play anything down in the dumps during the afternoon, let alone at all. So I'm looking at these and thinking, read the room first, clearly read the room first. But if I can take this, extrapolate it, serve it up to a dance floor, and in return, serve it back to you, that makes me fucking rich. Thank you. Let's get back into it. We'll breeze through a few more of these crates and my biggest secrets. So we saw the playlist, sort your music. Playlist minor, this one's super fun. Jem, get somebody in the chat to give me an example of a party. Let's say like a bar mitzvah or a 60th birthday party, hip hop party. First person in the chat, Jem.
Yeah, in the chat. What do you have coming up? What's your next party?
Playlist minor.playlistmachinery.com. That's a mouthful. Playlistmachinery.com. You can type in any kind of event.
You want to try typing in Sweet 16 there and see what happens?
Yeah, this is a fun site. Let's play a little bit more with this.
Another suggestion from Jermaine.
Good call. There we go.
Party in the USA. Yeah. Last Friday night. Oh yeah, that looks right.
So now this one's kind of fun too. You can click this little checkbox and it gives you more distinctive Sweet 16 tracks. So let's do its thing for a second. But then when I click this, you'll start to see that it's bringing up songs that maybe you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about, because this is pretty generic, right? We're all going to play Ushers. Yeah, we're all going to play Flo Rida's Low, but let's see what happens when we click more distinctive. Okay. That's not very distinct. I did see Cupid Shuffle pop up, and I'm willing to bet you that this is considered distinct to Spotify because, let's face it, not a lot of people are listening to Cupid Shuffle on their playlist. It's more of a cooperative song. So anyway, I love this site, playlistminor.playlistmachinery.com. Organize your music. This is more of a genre finder. Let's say you wanted to get much more in depth with a particular style or a particular sound. You could take that 420 playlist that had 1,000 tracks in it, but you just want only Miami hip hop. It would show you that, or it'll show you just the rap songs. It'll show you just the pop EDM. So for every set of songs in a playlist, this is just helping you break out and find out what they're classified in terms of genres. So if I wanted to only take out EDM, I could do that and I could select them all and then make this into its own playlist on the side. So it's nice. And I actually use this quite a bit whenever I'm building the Crate Hackers charts, because we sometimes find that spillover of pop that bleeds over into EDM, but I strictly want the EDM. And So this will help me get the pop out and stick with just the underground. So really handy tool. And again, we're still using the Spotify tool, but this is the largest search engine for music. You just can't argue it. This is bigger than a record store. This is bigger than Amazon. They're gracious enough to give us these tools to allow this flexibility. A couple more. Spotmybackup.com. Very self-explanatory. You do so much work on your Spotify. You have thousands of playlists. You don't want to lose it. Back it up. You know me, I'm a hacker. Back it up, always have backups. It exports into a JSON file. Don't want to get too geeky on you, but it's just a simple tool that you just save maybe in a Dropbox or a Google Drive so you never forget about it. Spot my backup. So yeah, this is super cool. Shout out to Cleveland Terry for mentioning this one on his live stream. Cleanify. Not that I say that you need to be using Spotify for events, but if you just simply need a Spotify clean playlist and you want to maybe take those Nicki Minaj songs and make them just the radio edits, you can do it. You can log in with your Spotify. You can replace the explicit edit with a clean edit. Cleanify.app. All right, just a few more seconds. We got 5 minutes left in this hackathon. Then I'm going to show you the crate, the end result. The end result is coming up along with your Q&A. You need this for backups as well. Tune My Music. TuneMyMusic.com. Spotify. That's a great place, but what happens if it goes down? Not to say that it will, but what do you do if you just want to take your music off of Spotify? You can. You can hop from Spotify to Apple Music, Deezer, Tidal, anywhere you want to go. Super nice. Always have backups. You never know where the industry is going to go. We're seeing the tug and pull of Tidal. Oh, here's your stems. Oh, wait, no, we're taking the stems back. What happens if they just say, screw DJs altogether? What if your music was already on Tidal? You did all that work. You just hop over to Amazon Music. By the way, big contenders. Amazon Music, some of the Denon controllers have Amazon Music baked into it. This is a new discovery in 2023, 2024. Amazon Music was not a contender for streaming DJs. They are now. So you have to be ready to be flexible in the next arena, wherever that may be. The last I'm going to leave you with, and this is a major announcement. This is the biggest, most exciting development in Crate Hackers so far this year. We are now the chief marketing team for DJ.studio. Based out of Amsterdam, we are really doing our best to get the word out here in the States about this incredible, flexible, and extraordinarily powerful production tool that made Ragoza, DJ Ragoza, battle champion himself, say, oh my God, this is a game changer. I can now produce 10 times faster than I ever have before. I want you to take Ableton. I want you to take Spotify. I want you to take YouTube, everything you love, including even mixed in key, throw it all into one big DAW, digital audio workstation. You know what I mean? This is the future. And everything to practice your mix, everything we've learned so far in today's hackathon, and then start to preview and practice and perform without even having controllers in front of you. I don't need this Pioneer Opus Quad in front of me. I don't need jog wheels. I can produce on the fly. Look at this.
Introducing DJ Studio. Next level mixtapes and radio shows in a third of the time. No need for live recording, just creative mixing right from your laptop. Studio quality transitions and effects let you craft and share your sound with our one-of-a-kind DJ mix editor. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a complete beginner, it's time to enter the studio. Start by connecting and selecting songs from your favorite DJ libraries, music marketplaces, and streaming platforms.
Crate Hackers coming soon.
We put the music at your fingertips, allowing you to curate the perfect playlist for any occasion. DJ Studio emphasizes harmonic mixing techniques
and the
Camelot wheel system. Combined with tempo and song structure, the auto mix algorithm analyzes and recommends the ideal mixing order, giving you more time to craft your transitions.
I want to show you more about this. I'm going to drop this link in the chat, but DJ.studio, you can get yourself a little free trial for 14 days. This is the future. This is where we're going. This is what we're doing. This is the next level for DJ producers, mashup artists, playlist pioneers, such as yours truly, and people who are just taking the time, just feeling out this whole world. Get ready, because the DJ world is about to turn into something so much more beautiful. It's a beautiful world. We're inundated with so many amazing, incredible tools that I'm just trying to give them all to you, and you do with what you want. I just want to see you perform and do what we're meant to do. You ready to see the crate? This is the end result. Everyone head over to crateoftheweek.com. Crateoftheweek.com, just this week only, crateoftheweek.com. Give you a second to go there. If you do not have access to it, that means you're not an official crate hacker, but you can get 7 days free to access what we've done. All this work leading up to this point rests behind this URL. We got to the point where I was showing you the start from scratch, like the kitchen table is clear. We put the flour out, and now this is the end result. It's coming out of the oven, crateoftheweek.com. If you head over to that, just as I'm about to, you're going to get cock blocked again. But I'll let you behind this door if you give me 2 song suggestions. Listen, I've given you my world tonight, my friends. A lot of really valuable tools. I want you to give me 2 songs. What was that question you asked earlier, Jem? What was the opening question you had for the audience in the beginning of the show?
What are the tracks you think of when you're thinking about an afternoon set?
I'm going to ask you that question, Jem. 2
Ooh.
songs for the afternoon. Think Ava, Nashville, think that vibe. Let's say I'm bringing you into town, you're playing that rooftop 3 to 6.
Let's see. I think I want to throw some Kygo in there.
Okay.
Some What's Love Got to Do It, Kygo and Tina Turner.
Yeah, good call.
Wow, he has way
There
too
it is,
There
yeah.
it is. Yeah.
All right. Give me one more.
And then one of my personal favorites, it plays at almost every single event, and that's Zed the Middle.
Ooh, yeah. So many great remixes of that too.
Yes.
Great. So just like that, everyone, please contribute, because this really helps us build this crate out even further. Once you click this, you are portaled straight into the crate. Here we go. Now, for the new hackers out there, you are looking at the set that I'm about to perform. I'm going to do a quick deep dive on this before we get out of here and do our Q&A. But I want you to take note of what's on the right-hand side. Remember those 2 songs that Jem was suggesting? They're now somewhere in here. And if you liked those, you'd go in and vote those up. So go ahead and click. Here's a good choice from Jermaine, Buy You a Drink by T-Pain. Cascada, Every Time We Touch by Paul. Paul's got Sandstorm. Sure, okay. But my point is, you got all these great song choices coming in from DJs and hackers just like you on the leaderboard. But this is the end result. Everything you're about to see from here on out is my proposed vibe for this particular venue. This is EDM Dance Party number 51. We're going to start playing a little bit of music here. So I'm going to give you a last call right now to join me on Zoom right now, cratehackathon.com. Last chance. Facebook will definitely cock block us if they haven't done so already. Please head over to cratehackathon.com. We're going to start listening to this music. I've got some sick remixes I'm going to play for y'all. So many good choices, and I'm going to try to help you with the blends, help you understand why I chose what I chose. But we're going to dive in and have some music time together. So if you are watching on Facebook, stop. If you are watching on YouTube, sorry, we're cutting it off in just a few seconds here. Please subscribe for more. But let's have some fun. Thanks for hanging out with us, everyone. One's in the chat for Jem. One's in the chat for Radio, who will be back with us again. One's in the chat for Glenn and the development team. Austin, Tim, everybody, we are grinding. We will not stop. Keep on hacking. Bring a friend next time. Happy hacking.